Alright, since everything about the x-axis is positive, about the first quadrant is positive, then we select that area and under quadrant number 1 as the area to be revolved about y is equal to 0 or the x-axis. Since one of the boundaries is our axis of revolution, then we can use the CD method or the circular disc method. Our formula in determining the centroid of our shall we say volume or solid of revolution is this one. That's for the x coordinate. This is very much similar to our formula in finding for the x coordinate of the centroid of a particular area. However, for volume you have their area, and for differential volume you have their differential area. Now, since we wanted to determine each of these before finding for bar x, we find first for v. Okay, using the CD method from that formula of a disk, our differential volume, which is the volume of this elementary area revolved about the x-axis, and you'll be forming a circular disc whose radius is of course y. And the thickness of our cylinder, of our disc, is the differential of x. So therefore our r is, so right, that's it, no? The radius of the disc that will be formed by revolving this elementary area about the x-axis, and the radius of the solid is also equal to r, and in this case it's equal to y. That's it, equal to y. Now, since our integral is to be evaluated with respect to x, our limit is from 0 to a. So we will expand, we will stretch our elementary area, especially differential of x, from this point towards the right, which is up to that point where x is equal to a. That is the reason why our limit is from 0 to a. So we need also to determine the relationship between y and of course our variable, which is x. And that is by looking at our figure there, where y is the upper y, the y of this, minus the y of this one, which is there. You are right. So again, y is the upper value of y, or the y of the upper boundary, which is the y of the square of y is equal to 4ax, or upper y is this the square root of 4ax, which is positive because, as I said a while ago, we considered quadrant number 1, and the lower value of y, which is the y of the boundary at the bottom, is y is equal to 0. Alright, so therefore y is there. Okay, then substituting to our equation for volume, we will have, there you are. Then let us simplify first before integrating, since our integrand is already a function of x. Alright, we know that the square of the square root of 4ax is equal to 4ax. So our volume is reduced to this equation, wherein again our limits are from 0 to a. Simplifying further, we can move the constant out for a, and we will have this equation for volume. And now we're ready to integrate. That is simply power. That's the reason why it becomes x raised to 1 plus 1, or 2 all over 2. Simplifying further, that is our volume to be evaluated between 0 and a. Then evaluate the integral through the limits, and we have this final answer for volume, which can be written there in our formula as, there you are. Then simplifying further, or we need values of x sub c and differential of volume, but we can easily substitute differential of volume from our previous solution, wherein r is equal to y and the square of y is 4ax. We will have this as our quantity to be substituted to differential of volume, and the result is this. Then simplifying further, move the constants out, and this is our so we say equation for bar x. Our last problem will be the value of x sub c. Going back to our diagram, we know that x sub c is the x coordinate of the centroid of our elementary volume to be, or elementary area to be revolved, and it should be measured from the y-axis. So that x sub c, as you can see, is a distance to be measured from the y-axis horizontally, and this is equal to, yes, it is equal to x, the horizontal distance of any point from the y-axis.